Literally, it's no pressure. I'm your host, Bangem Bugg, and we got a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Karma, LiveKarmaLife, all social media, all major streaming platforms. And I'm an artist.
Okay, before I get started, I always have to do this. Like, do you agree to have this interview put up on all my social media platforms?
Yes. Can I go live or no?
Yeah, you can. And if I ask you a question you're uncomfortable with and you don't want to answer, you can just say pass or next question.
Okay, pass the next question. I'm going to try not to do that.
That's all good. I mean, I do it because people call me and be like, take it down. So I always say, I done had like over 15 people do this, so I had to get that out the way. Okay, so I guess we're going to start out. Tell everybody where you originally from.
So I'm from a lot of places. Like, I was born in Connecticut. I was raised in South Carolina. I like to say I'm from South Carolina because that's kind of where I grew up at. And then I've lived in Kansas, Texas, Germany, and Georgia.
You married?
I am married, but my daddy was in the military, so that's kind of how I got to all those places.
So you got kids?
Yes, I got 3 kids.
For real?
For real, yeah. I got 3 kids,
That's
y'all.
what's up.
Like I got 3 kids.
Okay. So did you grow up with your parents?
Mm-hmm. Off and on. It's crazy because they got married to each other maybe like 3 different times. So for years we was together, for years we were apart, for years we was together, and then for years we were apart again. But my daddy was always in my life. I always lived with my mother.
Okay, so I guess so. What's your relationship like with your dad now? Are y'all close?
Yes, my daddy lived 3 minutes away from me. So we talk on the phone regularly. We don't see each other every day. He work, I work. I got a lot going on. He got a lot going on. But yeah, we're pretty close.
Okay, so give me a traumatic experience you went through like as a child.
A traumatic experience I went through as a child. I remember one time my mom was driving somewhere. I think we were traveling somewhere, and like I fell asleep, and then I heard a big boom, and I woke up, and it was like grass like all over the windows, and apparently whoever was driving had driven off of the highway and fell into one of those like deep like pits, and we got out the car, and it was like people just up looking at us and waving like, are y'all okay? But I mean, I don't know how traumatizing that is, but I'm scared to go to sleep in the car. I don't really like to drive. I don't really like to drive either.
Yeah, you different from when you was before that happened.
Yeah.
It's traumatizing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this according said I had to train my mind to not give a fuck when my heart did. So I guess tell me how you can relate to that quote.
Say it again. Say it one more time.
I had to train my mind not to give a fuck when my heart did.
I had to train my mind not to give a fuck when my heart did. I mean, I guess I can relate to that as far as like, okay, so doing music, not really getting like the support, maybe like from either my family or like who I would consider close friends versus like strangers who really just like love me. They love my music. They love, they love to know what I got going on. Like, I feel like because they know me, maybe they feel like, oh, that's just Giovanna. That's my name. Oh, that's just Giovanna. But other people, they know me. They like, oh, that's Karma. She going ham. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of had to make it less personal, I guess. Not feel so personal about not taking it so personal. Because at the end of the day, this is my craft. This is what I do. They got their own lives. So, but it do feel personal, like when you got these great things going on and you can't really talk to nobody. Nobody give a fuck. Can I curse? Nobody give a fuck. Nobody I know. Other people give a fuck. They're like, congratulations, girl. Oh my God, that's so big. Da, 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 da. And then you got people like, oh really?
So do you not love them the same since they don't support you like you want?
I love them the same. I love them the same. I will say this though. I don't give them, I guess, as much as my time or thought as I used to.
I mean, I wouldn't take it like that. It's like sometimes people just they don't really like what you do. That's not necessarily saying they don't love you as a relative, and then it's just they might not really like it. You get what I'm saying?
I feel that, but but it's a lot of things we don't like that people we love do. It's like I do love them the same. I love them. I definitely love them. If they need me, I will be there for them. But it's like if I have to separate my emotions of not being upset about them not giving a fuck about what I got going on, I can't really give a fuck about what they got going on either. It's hard for me to separate it. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm the type of person, it's like, tell me, like, let me know, like, if you want me to be there, then I try to, move shit around to be there, but if you don't tell me, it's just like, you do your thing, I do my thing.
And I definitely feel that too, because, like, especially in, like, relationships and friendships and stuff like that, we're all different, we're all human, we're all going through life, but we have our own separate, like, experiences, even in the same situations. So, people are not mind readers. I feel that, but you can't help but feel like some stuff is common sense. Even though now that I'm older, I feel like common sense does not even exist. Like, we all have common knowledge of certain things, but common sense probably just ain't a real thing.
I'm saying, give me an example of what you feel like some stuff that should be common sense.
Okay, so you might think like don't steal, don't kill is common sense. But if you was raised in a family of thieves, you would think it was normal. So you'd be like, man, you're not supposed to be stealing and killing. That's common sense. And they'd be like, well, this is what we did our whole lives. Like, this is how I was raised. So you can't, right, exactly. You can't assume that everybody knows that. I learned that, like, in my relationship. Like, I learned that certain things that might be special to me might not be special to him, or certain things. Like, okay, Valentine's Day. My mom always got a son for Valentine's Day. So I pretty much make every holiday a big deal. Like, my mom always made every holiday a big deal. In his house, his mama had 5 kids, and she was a single mama, and every holiday couldn't be a big deal. So in his mind, it wasn't a big deal. So I'm going all out for you on these holidays, and I'm expecting the same thing in return, and I'm getting mad at you. I'm gonna fight and fuss and cuss because you don't appreciate me. But that was how he was raised. Every holiday couldn't be special. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to communicate to him how I was feeling about that versus getting attitude and giving him the cold shoulder and stuff like that. Like, creating issues in our relationship when there really wasn't none. He really didn't realize that something was wrong, like with the way he was doing or the way he was acting or whatever.
I would think, though, like, people would know it from school, too, because they'd be, like, buy a gift and pass it out.
Yeah. Like I said, common sense it's not real. It's not a real thing. We have common knowledge. You go to school and they make you draw little heart papers for your mama or whatever, but, like, his mama ain't never gave him nothing for Valentine's Day. So.
Well, my dad taught me, he used to bring stuff home for my sister and my mama. He said, Valentine's ain't for dudes. Like, that's what I learned.
But that's not true either, because I like to make him feel very special on Valentine's Day. So, I mean, like, even with our sons, okay, so if you had sons, you probably wouldn't buy them anything for Valentine's Day because that's the way you was raised. But your wife or your baby mama might be like, oh no, I gotta go get my mom's son something, because I want them to know that in any relationship, you should be appreciated and loved too. It's not all about the other person.
I mean, there's other days that appreciate it, man.
Right, but it's a difference of opinion, really, just a difference of opinion, not really you're right or I'm right. It's just a difference in opinion. How you was raised, I guess.
Yeah, matter of fact, he used to take me to the store and be like, if I like a girl, pick something.
See? So, yeah.
Okay, something you tolerated in a relationship, in a friendship that you would never tolerate again.
Being used, girl. I looked at her, that's why I said, girl, I wasn't talking to you, but yeah, being used, like, I mean, some people will use you for your stature or your situation or your money or your body, you know what I'm saying? Just being used, being able to recognize that and saying, nope, you ain't finna use me.
What's the most somebody got from you?
What's the most somebody got from me? I would just say, like, my time and my energy, my love, you know what I'm saying? Like, I put a lot into this and you really just was out to get as much as you could and not reciprocate. So it's pretty fucked up. It's pretty messed up.
The last call you had, there was a fake checkup, and the last time you had like a genuine checkup.
Fake checkup and a genuine checkup. I don't know, honestly. because I feel like even me, like I may forget to call. You know what I'm saying? And it might not seem genuine because I ain't hit you up in a long time, but I've been thinking about you. I just didn't make it to the phone to call you. So I don't want to say that certain calls might not have been genuine or might have been genuine because I got a lot going on. I got 3 kids. I do music. I work. I work with kids. I clean. I cook. I got a lot of shit going on, and I don't. Yeah, pretty much every day. So I don't want to say that nothing is fake because I don't want nobody to feel like my checkups are fake. Because I got friends that I've been friends with for over 10 years, and we might not even talk but once or twice a year. And I would never want them to think that I'm not being genuine when I check on you because I thought about you.
A fake checkup is really like when somebody calls you and asks how you doing, then they be like, "Hey, can you do this for me?"
I don't really get them like that. I don't get them like that all the time. Well, I mean, you probably say yes a lot too.
If it's no. Only if it's like my sister, like my immediate, like type family. Even if they going through something, you ain't gotta check up on me. But if you need something, I got you. But if I don't really fuck with you, don't do that.
Don't come at you. Yeah, I feel that. I don't know. I don't know if I get those. I don't think so.
Okay, a voicemail that you will never forget.
Well, I got a voicemail from my grandmother who passed away last year. I still got it. She just called. She's like, "Vonna, I'm checking up on you. Call me back." And then she stayed on the phone for a mad long time. I guess she thought she hung up, but she didn't. She was old, so. But she passed away last year, so.
Did you talk to her after the call? Or was
yeah, I talked to her after the call. Yeah, I did. Crazy thing, too, like, with the night she passed away, I was on my way to a show. Shout out to Queen Shit. I was on my way to a Queen Shit show, and like I was on the highway on the way there, and I got the call, and she was driving me, and we turned around. I went home, went to my grandma's house real quick. She was dead in the living room. The police was there. They had to, make sure everything was on cool, but before they had the coroner come and everything, and then I went back home, and I was like, man, should I go do this show? I'm not going to do the show. I just went back and forth in my head, and then I ended up going to the show. Went to the show, won the whole show, won the whole competition. Then I got in the car on the way back and cried. Cried the whole time. I didn't cry until after on the way back. Yeah, but I won the whole show.
That's good. I mean, you did get the degree. Some people postpone it, and then it might be months before
it didn't come. And I just broke down on the highway on the way back. I was just crying. I was like, oh my gosh, my grandmother is dead. I just seen her dead. But I feel like she was with me though, cause I won.
You want some tissue or something?
I did grab some tissue. I grabbed some tissue because I thought maybe my nose might start running, but.
Okay, give me like a good memory of it. Matter of fact, the last time she made you smile.
My grandma, she was funny. She was so funny, like not in like a comedian way, but like in a just because I'm old, like I'm not gonna do that type of way, or if it's something I don't want to do, regardless of what the doctor say or anybody say that's good for my health, I'm grown and I'm gonna do what I want to do. So I don't know. I just appreciate her realness and just how she cared for everybody around her. She cared for everybody around her, regardless of what. She took people in. She adopted people. Like she was like a mother to so many people. But she only had like 5 kids. But she that's my memory of her. She took care of a lot of people. And at her funeral, it was so many people there, and they had nothing but good things to say.
So do you think you like a younger version of her? Like you kind of a spitting image of her?
I try to be like her. I aspire to be like her. I don't want to be selfish. Like I don't want to be just about me and my little bubble. I want to, I try to be like her. I'll say that.
Well, you hear athletes say like too, like Jordan was saying like basically if you want to be like this star or this, this person that's achieved a lot of success, you have to be selfish.
Mm-hmm.
So you think you ready to be?
I think I'm already selfish. That's why I said I want to be like her. I want to be just a little bit better. But to a certain extent, because I kind of see kind of what it costs her to care for everybody and extend herself so much. Even though she was such a great person and everybody loved her, I saw kind of how it weighed her down a little bit just to care for everybody and not really care so much for herself. So it's, I don't know, it's just something in my head like that. Like,
yeah, that's the
do
balance.
it, but don't do too
You
much.
yourself first, then
Yeah.
whatever I got left.
Yeah.
Okay. You missed this person, but you got to stand on what you said.
It's this person, but I got to stand on what I said. Maybe a few college friends that I had. I don't know.
There's a quote that say, "Your ability to feel others people's pain doesn't mean it's your responsibility to fix it." So I guess kind of.
I have that problem. I be taking other people's problems on myself, and that's why I'm saying I'm trying to balance between, caring too much and doing too much. So, especially like if you're my friend and somebody's hurting you or somebody's treating you a certain kind of way, like I'm gonna make it my business to try to help you, and I'll be like, I've lost friends behind that by taking on either their relationship problems and trying to do too much or saying too much, and they're like, girl, I'm not ready to do this, or I'm not ready to leave this person or whatever, and they don't want to be my friend no more because I probably said or did too much.
Okay. The last lie you enjoyed telling and the last truth you hated telling.
The last lie I enjoyed telling and the last truth last lie I enjoyed telling. Maybe tell the food stamp office, shoot, don't no man live here. Look, don't get me. And anytime I can get what's mine from the government is a good thing. But what was the second part? I enjoyed that too much. I can't even remember the second part.
The last truth you hated telling.
The last truth I hated telling. Oh my gosh, the last truth I hated telling. I don't know. Maybe, I had somebody staying with me, and it was really time for them to go.
A woman?
No. One of my cousins. And it was a hard truth to tell. It was a hard thing to do, but it just had to be done because otherwise there wouldn't have been no motivation to do and have your own and stand on your own 10. You know what I'm saying? I can only help you so much, so that was kind of hard because we don't really speak no more, and we was cool. We did music together and everything. So he done had a baby recently. I don't even know the baby. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. People have their difference of opinion and feel the way they feel. Tried to help. So.
Yeah. So he wasn't making no progress. He was just kind of like.
It's like. It was kind of like that, but there was also like some, I don't want to, it was like excuses to me, really. And then at the same time, he was starting developing a new relationship, and I just don't feel like a man should really get into a relationship until they're in a position to do for that relationship. So you need to stay by yourself and on your grind, get your own place where y'all can chill and go and do. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to chill here. Don't try to go on dates and doing all this other stuff and, save your money, get your own, and then do all that.
So his partner went up neither, so.
And that's the thing too. I don't want to talk too much about them, but she was staying with somebody else and she also had a child. So it was like y'all both
fucked up.
Not fucked up, but in a transitional space where y'all need to be motivated towards either getting something together or getting something else separate and then coming together. Something. But like I said, people have a difference of opinion and knowledge, and common sense ain't a real thing. So even though we understand that, maybe other people don't.
They do. They just like, I'm about to.
I'm about to chill. Nah, you ain't about to chill here, bro. But I love you. I love you. I wish nothing but the best for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations on your baby girl. You know what I'm saying? I love you, cuz. If you see this, I love you.
Okay, a song that reminds you of a toxic relationship and a song that reminds you of a happy moment.
Song that reminds me of a toxic relationship. Y'all probably never heard this song, but it's a song that one of my exes used to like, and it'd be like, drop that D off in that hoe, drop that D off in that hoe, and it was just so toxic, very toxic. That was toxic.
It must be like an Atlanta song.
Nah, that was a South Carolina song, I think, like some South Carolina. It's definitely South. It was a lot of sporadic, nasty stuff in the song, but the only thing I can remember is drop that D off in that hoe. Drop that D off in that hoe.
So when he was like a cheater or something?
No. Yeah. Yeah, he was a cheater. I didn't find that out till later though, but he was just very verbally abusive and manipulative. And I didn't realize it until I realized, and I was like, damn, this is a fucked up situation. Like, I'm being abused and I didn't even know I was being abused.
So some women feel like the truth is abuse. You get what I'm saying? So was it the truth or was it just like making up shit?
Oh my gosh, here comes the tea. So when I was younger, I was in a relationship with this guy for like 3 years. And then my mom decided to marry my dad once again. So we moved maybe like 18 hours away, and that relationship was over. He cried, I cried. I mean, he just seemed like he was so sad about it. But then like 2 days after I was gone, like I couldn't get him on the phone. Like it was just like, damn, you talking about fuck about me. So they didn't work out and we moved back. And when we moved back, he was just like trying to come back, and I'm like, nah, it don't work like that because you ghosted me, and we was in a relationship for a long time. So I decided that maybe I would see what was out there because I was just graduating high school and I was going to college. So I had some fun experiences, and then I went off to college, and then I found out I was pregnant. But during that time, that relationship, that guy, his grandma died. And when we was in that relationship for 3 years, like I know he loved his grandma, he cared for his grandma, he was with his grandma all the time. Like his grandma raised him when his mama dropped him off and left for a couple years and went and did her and came back, you know what I'm saying? So when he called me so devastated about that, I kind of linked back up with him. This before I found out I was pregnant. So we linked back up, and I went to the funeral, and after the funeral I was his girlfriend again. Like I was his girlfriend again. I couldn't help it. So about 2 weeks after that, I found out I was pregnant. And then I went to the doctor, and she was like, man, you about 8 weeks. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in a relationship with this person, but I'm pregnant with somebody else's baby. And even though it wasn't my fault, he was so mean to me. But he stayed with me. And it was like, I'm staying with you, even though my niggas is talking about me, saying that you did this and you did that, and while I'm with you, you have to have another nigga baby. Like, he was just so mean to me. And I thought that he loved me because he was staying with me. You know what I'm saying? He's staying with me in spite of the fact that I'm pregnant with somebody else's baby. But he was so mean to me.
He was hurt, though.
Right, but if you didn't ghost me and we still had a good relationship, the baby might have never happened. Because when I came back, I would have came back to you. You did me wrong. And I ended up getting pregnant, and your grandma died, and then we got back together. This baby didn't do nothing to you. I ain't do nothing to you. So even though he was hurt about the baby, he still wanted to be with me. But he was mean to me. And I was just taking it because I felt like I deserved him being mean to me. But then I finally woke up and realized I didn't do nothing wrong. So, but it took a while. I had my son. My son was maybe like 2 or 3 months before I realized we did nothing to this dude. He ain't be embarrassed, then he shouldn't be with me. Because because we ain't do nothing. So, yeah.
Okay, it's a tweet that say, you're allowed to change the price of what it costs to access you.
You gotta say it one more time. I can't hear you.
You are allowed to change the price of what it costs to access you.
Okay.
So tell me how you can relate to it.
I feel like, yes, that is true. It's true. I don't know how I can relate to it. I mean, as far as like me being an artist, I could definitely relate to it that way as I grow more, you know, notoriety and, you know, fame, fortune, I don't know. My price will change. That it would definitely change. But even like the people in my life, like, I mean, if you want some of my time, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how much time I'm gonna have available to people who really don't got time for me, especially right now when I'm not in those bigger spaces. You know what I'm saying? Once I get in those bigger spaces and you try to get my time, then I don't know how much. I don't know what you're gonna have to do to get back in my good graces.
As far as like your family, like what's like the priority? Like besides God, like is your husband, kids, or like what's the order like of priority?
Me and my kids both try to, me and my husband both try to do as much for our kids as possible, but we also try to stay connected. So it's like, you know how they got that thing, oh, who plate you fix first? You fix your kids' plate or your husband plate first? I mean, it can go either way with me.
Either way?
Or sometimes it can go like all the plates at one time because I always eat last. I always fix my plate last. They always eat first. But whether it's him or them. If he come in the house from work and he gotta get in the shower and stuff, I'm gonna fix their food and have him sit down. And by the time he get out, his plate gonna be hot. Or if we had a cookout or something, and he like, oh, I want this, this, and this, and I fix his, and then I say, well, ask the kids what they want. I don't know, but either way, I always eat last.
It's kind of showing your way of you appreciate like when you do it first. Like I had dated a chick with kids, and like you know I moved them in my house and everything, and she was like, I want you to open your gift first because you're the reason why we good now. So it's like showing you appreciate.
Yeah, I feel that.
Okay, bad advice given to someone you was dating.
Don't think that girl she pregnant with somebody else, baby. Lord.
Like with your sons, like would you tell them don't date a woman with kids? I done heard women with kids say that too. I'm telling my son, don't be dating these hoes with kids, but they got kids.
It depends. It really depends because I know of several situations where men have lost their lives playing around with women who got kids and the baby daddy and still in their lives. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on the situation for real. Like, I mean, if he dead and gone, he in jail, or he nowhere to be found. If he be popping up at the house and stuff like that, doing weird shit, don't date that bitch. But it just depends on the situation.
Yeah, that jail shit, it have to be like he must get like
he got 25 exactly. Something like that. If he's gone, yes. But if he pop up sometimes, he riding slow, blah 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 the house. Don't do shit for the kids. But wanna know what the hell you doing over there? Nah, don't date him.
Okay, the best memory with your best friend and an unforgettable moment with an enemy.
Best moment with my best friend, maybe getting lost in Myrtle Beach with one of my best friends. We was day drinking that bike week, and we was going somewhere, and we was just driving, and we was listening to Nicki Minaj's new album, and we was run like a dungeon dragon, just riding. And I was like, where the hell is we at, and where the hell is we going? We was just having a good time. We was just like driving down the strip, like just driving. I don't know where the hell we ended up, but we was just having a great time. That was like one of my most fun times. Black Bike Week in Myrtle Beach. Before the police started tripping and doing all that shit. It was like one of the times right before they put that little roundabout shit and all them barricades and all that stuff out there. Like, we had a great time.
I ain't never actually been there. I think I delivered to a Popeyes there, but I ain't never been like
to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you want to go during spring break or something, because Black Bike Week ain't what it used to be. But ain't that much killing like it used to be, too. So I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, since both of y'all married, do y'all believe in girls trips?
Set girl strips, what that mean?
Yeah, like when you just get your friends together and y'all just go.
Hopefully I can go to a trip one day. I ain't got no money like that. I got a house, a car, 3 cars, 3 kids, and a dog. Like I got responsibilities. But I don't know. I would want to go on a trip with my husband first. I would want to get away with him, away from all the shit that we got to deal with first before I went on a girls trip. So I do believe in good girls trips. I guess I never been on one, but before I start planning that, I'm gonna do something with my husband first because we deserve that. We do a lot.
So y'all don't have nobody just to give the kids to?
No, no. See, one thing about me and him, we'll move. We'll move somewhere with no help and just make it work. Like, we moved all the way to Texas from South Carolina with nobody out there. Well, my sister was out there, but, you know, she had her own stuff. We moved here with nobody out here. And my dad is here, but he got a wife and everything like that. He worked just like us. So it's just like, we just make it work. We just make it work. I wish my grandmother was still here and young and, you know, in her prime where she could take my kids. Cause she raised a couple of my cousins. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't raise my kids, but I know she would watch them.
Okay, I want you to finish this. If her changes you, then love.
If her changes you, then love might change it back. I don't know. Change it back the way it used to be. I don't know. It might make you grow. Love will make you grow. Might change it back. I don't know.
Something positive you did in an old relationship that you do in your new relationship.
Something positive. I wouldn't say nothing because when I met my husband straight out of high school, so all the relationships before him was just childish relationships. Like, we was in high school. He's like the 4th man that I ever dated, so I won't say nothing.
So I guess what's good advice that you would give somebody who want to be married?
Realize that common sense ain't common, because a lot of the shit that we be mad about, that we just assume that they know is right and wrong, is in their mind might not be right or wrong. Just realize that, communicate everything. Because I always like to say this, okay? I got 3 sisters. We all grew up in the same house. We experienced the same childhood, but our perception of what happened in the house is different. Like, all of us have different lives and different, like, thoughts about how we was raised up. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about it to this day. And it's like, damn, I never knew that. Or, dang, yeah, that did happen. But for some reason, like, it just didn't hit me like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just realize that even the people you grew up with might not understand things the way you understand it. Like, it's a lot of people, they falling out of, you know, beefing with their siblings and their family members and just people in general, because they think, like, you should just know this shit. Like, you know me, you know, let all that shit go. Stop thinking of yourself as, like, you are the main character of your own story. You know what I'm saying? Of your own story. You the main character of your own story. Everybody don't know what's going on in your story. So you just can't put that burden on them. You can't put that on them.
Well, you know, some couples, like, when they don't continue dating, like, they kind of fall out of love. Like, so have you kind of fallen out of love and then re-fell in love, or it just stayed the same?
We actually fallen more in love. We had this conversation the night before last. He was like, damn, I didn't think I could like you anymore. Like, I thought I already liked you enough. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I thought the same thing. But it's just like, especially like us moving to Texas by ourselves and having to make shit work with just me and him and kids and not having no proof of residence and not da 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 da, how we had to live and survive made us even closer. Like, I don't know. I didn't. I mean, I felt the same way as him. I just didn't want to say no. Like, I didn't think I could like you anymore. I thought I liked you enough too. But I feel like we actually get more. We feel more love. Like, sex getting better. Everything is better. You know what I'm saying? Everything is better.
You hear that it's not come well. I work with like a lot of older guys. They say when you get married, women stop wanting to have sex. So that's good that it ain't going that way.
I'm definitely fucking. Look. Every time. Let me stop.
Okay, I guess something weird you used to do that you don't do no more.
Weird?
Yeah.
Just like in general?
Yeah.
Or in my relationship? Okay. In general, something weird that I used to do that I don't do no more. I'm a weirdo. I'm a freak. I'm a weirdo. I don't think it'll change. I don't know. If there's something I used to do that I don't do no more, I don't know.
Okay. I guess we're gonna wrap it up. So I guess kind of tell me like as far as like what you do, like where you want to go in your career and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about my career. You asking me about my life. Okay, so my name is Karma. LiveKarmaLife, LiveKarmaLife. It started as LiveKarmaLife because I'm a firm believer in karma. What you put out into the universe is kind of what you get back. The energy, just everything you put out there is going to come back to you. So it's my name and it's the way I like to live my life. Also, it's like if you do me wrong, just know that it's good and bad karma out there. But my fans, like when I perform, like I get lit. That's why I got this song. It's called "She Going Ham." I go ham when I perform, and I'm out here in my element. Like I go ham. So they started calling me Live Karma Life because they like she live, she live, she live. So it can be either way. Live Karma Life, Live Karma Life. No spaces, one word. All major streaming platforms. All of my social media, all the social media. Live Karma Life, Live Karma Life. You see it up there. But I mean, I want to go as far as I can. I want to go to the top. I want to go all the way to the top. You know what I'm saying? I want Nicki Minaj to say, you know what? You're the girl I've been waiting for. You're the princess. Here's my crown. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, she number one. She number one. Yeah, I want to take it all the way to the top. My husband, he was doing music first. His name is Looney Tune. LUNIEYTUNE. Please don't spell it wrong. He's not a cartoon character, but he do go crazy. He's a videographer. He's a producer. He's an engineer. He made my beats on my album. Pretty much all my beats except maybe one on my album. Looney Tune. He was doing music since we was like 15. I didn't know him then. Well, I knew of him, but I didn't know him like that. And it wasn't until maybe like he been doing music since like 2006 or something. I started doing music in 2014. So I was always a dancer. I always danced. I went to Coastal Carolina University.
Are you sure?
No. Champagne dancer, majorette, color guard. I did band from middle school all the way up until college. I got a scholarship for college for being in band. But I went to Coastal Carolina University. If you ever heard of Till Temptation, I am an original founder. I was the co-president of Till Temptation. So Till Temptation is there because of me, my sister Jelena, McCray Forever on TikTok, millions of views. McCray Forever on TikTok. That's my little sister. Millions of views. She famous on TikTok. Go ahead and download. Go follow her too. But me, my sister, and my homegirl Jaquetta all created Till Temptation at Coastal Carolina University. I was always a dancer. I always loved music. You know what I'm saying? I started in church. I wasn't allowed to listen to worldly music at all. So like a lot of songs that people know, like old school jams and like old school hip hop, and everybody like to be singing at the pop party. I wouldn't even know that stuff. And I got a boombox for Christmas one year, and I used to sneak in my room and listen to the radio. And I don't know if y'all notice that them little cassette tapes and the VHS tapes. That little square in the corner, you put a little piece of paper in there, a little tape on it. You can record over the tape. And I used to like when songs that I liked on the radio used to come on. You just used to record on the tape, and I used to listen to music, and I would dance in my room. So I always express myself in music through dance. It wasn't until I really decided like I don't know. He used to have people in the studio, in and out the studio, and these guys came in there. The Juice Boys, shout out to Mr. Juice, Sheridan Hart, South Carolina. He had a song and he really wanted like a female on there. And it was like, we can't find no females, to get on this song. And they're like, you hear it every day. Why don't you do music? Like, you come to the shows, you dancing on stage, why don't you do music? I'm like, I don't know. I never really tried to do music. And they wanted me to get on this song. And it was a remix, a nice and slow, like the sped up version, I think. A couple people did that. I think Young Dog did that. I don't know, but did that beat. And I spit the verse. You got me anticipating the pleasure. I know it's coming, my body so anxious, and you know that the kitty's purring. Lady Medusa, when you look in my eyes, I turn that thing straight to stone soon as you walk inside. And I know how you like it, baby, lady in the streets, but can make a waterfall appear, magician in them sheets. You ain't gotta think about it, now that our time is here. Show me that you bought it. Don't leave no room for fear. Tell me how you want it, baby, give it to me rough. You got my body shaking and I still ain't got enough. And I'ma keep it soaking, baby boy, can you keep up? Squeeze down on a nigga if he think he tough. I'm rubbing on my body all the spots that you should. You looking at me hard like I know you wish you could. And I just wanna grip your body. You got me feeling nice, so it's time to get naughty. And they just was like, you don't do this? Like, they just went crazy. Like, they went crazy. And then the first time I performed and everybody just went crazy, I was hooked. Like, I've always performed on stage. I always got that excitement, certain part of the dance come and niggas just, ah. But when I performed my lyrics on stage, that was it for me. So that's when I started doing music. But, I just fell in love with it. I still like to dance, but, I like to rap.
So do you got any sentimental songs about like your husband or your grandma?
I got sentimental songs. I got a song. We did a song called Vows, which was kind of like our vows. That's my SoundCloud. It's older. So if you go to SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Looney Productions, LUNIEY Productions. You can find some of my old music. And then I got a SoundCloud too, but I think it's soundcloud.com/TheRealKarma. It's not LiveKarmaLife. But about my grandmother, no, I don't have one of those. I have some kind of, she inspired like some gospel, like I got some gospel songs too. Like I do all kind of music. I do music for everybody. I got some gospel songs, I got some hood songs, I got some ratchet songs, I got some sexy songs. I got all kind of songs. Just look me up, LiveKarmaLife. Just put it in Google. Actually, you can do LiveKarmaLife. No spaces. Put it in Google. Shout out to the Queens of ATL. Listen, I'm not in a group, but I fuck with a group of girls out here. Just the Empress, Vibe Billions, Kiki DeVee, Wendy Rose, Inspire. If you go to Queens_of_ATL on IG, you can follow the Queens of ATL. We got a cipher out right now. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that. I can't remember where I was going with it, but Queens of ATL cipher, the video out right now. It's doing numbers. The song is out everywhere. All you got to search is LiveKarmaLife, no spaces, and then you'll find it. But yeah. What did you ask me? I don't even remember what I was talking about.
No, I was just like,
Oh, inspirational songs. Yeah. I got songs, I got songs about police brutality. I got a song called Black Boy. It's kind of like a play on that show. It goes like, black boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? They knocking on your door and they in your rear view. What you gonna do when they come for you? Black boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? What you gonna do when they come for you? So y'all check that out too. That's on the album. The album is called Celestial. 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 LiveKarmaLife Celestial.
What's Celestial mean?
Celestial, it's like out of space, out of time. Like my song, I named it after this song I got. I'm feeling celestial, floating on that loud pine, on my way to Jupiter. But I'm flying cloud 9. Boy, this thing is stupid, guaranteed to blow your mind. On a whole nother planet, young queen on the rise, cause I do this every day. Yeah, but it's named after that song, Celestial.
Okay, appreciate you coming through. And I guess we'll see y'all in a minute, man. We out.
Yeah.
Pose like 5 seconds for the picture.
I don't know. Come on, let's pose then. Get over here.
Let's just sit down.
You just be sitting down, Sean. Sitting down, pose.
Okay.
Karma was here. Hold on, that ain't the pose I want. This is the pose I want.
Okay, appreciate it.
Y'all make sure y'all click this motherfucking video.